Okay, we got example 2 on simple interest. So this problem says Joe wants to buy a car. He takes out a loan of $6,000 with an interest rate of 11%. The loan must be paid back in 3 years. What is the total amount he will pay for the car? So this one, instead of like the last example where we were putting money in the bank and earning interest, this time Joe's borrowing money to buy a car, and then he's got to pay interest on that loan. So he's going to end up paying more than $6,000 for this car. If he had $6,000 in cash in his hand, he could just give it to the car dealer and he'd own the car and he wouldn't have to pay any more. But he doesn't have that, so he's got to borrow the money. And when you borrow money, you have to pay interest. So the formula is still the same. It's still the interest equals the principal times the rate times the time. So in this case, when you're borrowing money, when you're talking about a loan, the principal is the loan, how much was borrowed. So that's going to be $6,000. Our rate is still the interest rate. It's 11%. Remember, you got to make that a decimal. If you leave it as 11, you're going to get the wrong answer. You have to make it a decimal. So I move my decimal to the left 2 places, so that would be 0.11. And finally, your time is how long? The loan must be paid back in 3 years. So our time is going to be 3. And we're just going to do that math. 6,000 times 0.11 times 3. I get my calculator here. And I get 1,900. So that 1,900, that's the amount of interest. Remember, that formula was interest equals. So that's not the total amount he's got to pay. That's the interest he's got to pay. We got to add that to the 6,000 he already borrowed. So we need to do 6,000 plus 1,900 to get our final answer. And our final answer is he's going to pay $7,900 for that car. Even though it only cost $6,000, because he didn't have that amount of money, he had to borrow and pay interest. He's going to pay $7,900 for the car. All right, that's example 2. I got one more. Watch that video, please.